What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Cup Series here on Fox Sports 1. We are at Michigan International Speedway getting ready to kick things off for one of what's usually the most exciting races of the season. And this time we've got all the stars in the Big Boy Series, the MG Cup Series, back after a long hiatus. And the drivers ready to rip it here. The aggression sure to be high, as we know this is going to be an abbreviated season here. We're going to call things early after race 20 at Watkins Glen. Unfortunately, things are going to be cut short. So these guys will be going at it here as we head through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to kick things off here in Michigan. Jeff Gordon's your pole sitter. His teammates to the outside. It's a Hendrick sweep for the top 4 spots as Gordon, Johnson, Earnhardt, and Martin start 1, 2, 3, 4. Rounding out the top 5 is the number 14 of Tony Stewart, a Hendrick engine under that hood. Green flag is waving. We're racing here at Michigan. Heading down into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Gordon clears out in front. Here comes Dale Jr. with the run, looking to the inside off turn number 2. Beautiful flyby down the backstretch there. Look at these cars popping under the sunlight. Here comes Stewart diving in inside, 3 wide for the race lead. Contact between teammates off of turn number 4. They're still hooked together and they're in the outside wall. Gordon and Jr. into the wall together. Big checkup behind the pack, still 3 and 4 wide as they fly by on the inside, but a lot of contact between teammates there. That's going to be big time damage as they ran out of space. That bottom is the quicker way around, but it's less grip, and up into the outside wall go the Busch brothers together. Here into the wall goes Vickers as well. Earnhardt Jr. collected caution, is out for the first time today, and I was just talking about how there is less grip down on the bottom. But it is the faster way around, so you're going to see a lot of drivers doing just that, diving to the inside. We've got another one in the wall here. They're going to all dive to the inside, try to make it stick, but that's David Strimmy in the 12 that hit the outside wall of turn number 4. Caution is out. Big damage for Kurt and Kyle Busch, as those cars are going to be done for today. Tony Stewart won the race back to the caution flag. Let's go back and see what happened here in turns 1 and 2 between the Busch brothers, Brian Vickers and Dale Earnhardt Jr. 4 wide down into turn 1, and just what we were talking about. They drove in there a little too deep, and actually the 2 of Kurt Busch, probably watching the 1 of Truex slide up, moves up to give him room, doesn't realize his brother Kyle, he's not clear of him yet, and they hook together and go hard into the outside wall. Head on for Kurt, pancaked of the right side for Kyle, and then contact behind as they're trying to check up. Brian Vickers and Dale Jr. get together and get into the outside wall and slide right into the wreck. So big damage on all 4 cars. Paul Menard off the pace as well. I'm not sure if he has damage or if he just got a little bit loose down on the apron, but still unfortunate nonetheless. Where is Strimmy in all this? He's further ahead. Watch that 12 machine. What happened to David Strimmy? Oh, contact between Johnson and his 07 to Casey Mears sends David Strimmy hard into the outside wall. That's what brings out the caution. Or rather, that's what happened on the race back for the caution. Tony Stewart, your leader. And looks like we've had some pit stops under the yellow there, as Stewart's now shuffled back. Martin is your new leader. We'll be getting the 1 to green here shortly. There we go. And green flag back in the air. Race control did not like how quickly they wrecked, so they send them off single file. See if we can get a longer run out of this. Yeah, pretty high aggression early on here from Michigan. Race control, not wanting them to tear their cars up too early, as we've already torn up about 5 of them here. Here comes Denny Hamlin on the inside. Hamlin, almost 3 wide for the race lead. Had the run on the bottom, but now a bump draft on the high side as the 31 pushes the 5. Cleared of lead, and now Jeff Burton's going to have a chance to go for P1. Burton looking inside. It's going to get his nose underneath Martin. Contact behind. That's Boyer in the outside wall hard. And collecting more. That's Montoya getting hit. And spinning. Further down, here's Jeremy Mayfield. And more contact. Val Wolf in the outside wall. And she's going to collect Joey Logano. Jeff Gordon with damage. Logano's done. Tough break for the rookie there. Coming to the caution. Mark Martin, I believe, led us back. And we had more trouble early on here. Let's see what happened this time. Looks like Boyer on the bottom trying to dive underneath the 09 of Mike Bliss, the rookie here in the MG Cup Series, and just gets hooked with Bliss there. Actually, no, I don't. Is Bliss a rookie? I think he has run a full-time season here in MG Cup, actually, but still has rookie stripes on the back of that 09 because Keselowski was supposed to make some starts in that car before Hendrick decided to sign him on full-time in that 25 car. And I guess just to honor that Keselowski was supposed to be in that car, they decided to leave those stripes on there. Well, anyways, not sure why we're dropping frames all of a sudden, but Greg Biffle is your race leader as we get ready to get things back underway. As we double up once again here in Michigan. Biffle, your leader. David Rudiman, 2 is outside. Paul Menard, David Reagan. Marcus Ambrose rounds out the top 5 and back into the top 6 with damage as Dale Earnhardt Jr. can't keep that 88 car back. Let's see if he can hang on to that spot or if that damage will prove to be too much for him here. Coming to the restart. Here we go. Biffle leads us to the green. Big jump from David Rudiman on the high side. He's going to lead that lap. And now, as you see, they are finally doubling up. So Biffle down on the inside is going to clear. Here comes Paul Menard as well with the run behind Biffle. 2 Fords on the inside working together. Biffle now moves up to block the 00. Menard trying to sidetrack the 00 down into 3 and 4. Ford's taking over the top spot. Never mind. Here comes the outside with the run. And that's the 00. Getting that momentum up top and clearing the 98. We are really dropping frames here. My goodness, that's concerning. I know I improved the graphics a lot, but man, we started off fine and randomly started having some graphic issues. So that's a little bit concerning as you see contact further back, but they're going to keep it straight. They were 4 wide, bouncing off each other there. David Gilliland in the 71. Down on the inside here, contact up the track. Junior's going to get put in the wall again. This is his 3rd time already, and this time they're wrecking again. Oh, one car just did a barrel roll, and Keselowski's upside down. Johnson, heavy damage. He's done for the day. Keselowski, the 5th Hendrick car, also caught up in that. Brian Vickers is done. The 86 of Fred Jones caught up in it as well. And the caution's out yet again. Let's see, Bobby Labonte and Dale Jr. just got together. got hooked onto each other, couldn't get off of each other. Junior's hooking it hard left, trying to keep it off the wall, and just not enough space. You can see Mark Martin gets a piece. The 07 of Mir saves it. Behind them, Junior and Labonte come down the track, and they collect more. And then you see, big contact, and upside down goes Jeremy Mayfield. The 43 of Reed Sorensen involved as well. Mayfield comes back down on all four wheels. Keselowski is going to get slammed by Vickers, and that's going to send him up on his roof. And then Johnson comes in late. Slams into the 86. He was already sliding and out of control. I'd imagine the debris and fluid on the track made it hard for these guys to hit the brakes and slow down and avoid that. They all came sliding in, completely out of control. So race control definitely probably thinking about red flagging this one, and it looks like they will down the backstretch here. Red flag in the air, so they're going to have a lengthy cleanup. We'll be right back after this. We are back here at Michigan. Greg Biffle restarts further back after hitting pit road. And the green flag is in the air. We're 3 wide down into turn 1 already. Look at David Reagan on the inside. Looking for P2 on Paul Menard. Denny Hamlin clears out in front. He's going to drive away from the field. They're 3 wide behind him for second. Kevin Harvick looking on the inside. He's going to have help from the one of Truex. Truex follows him on the inside line. And they get the bottom side to work through 3 and 4. They're going to slide up. Contact up into the wall goes Ryan Newman. And backwards in front of the traffic. Everyone's going to avoid him. But that'll bring out another caution. Hamlin, your leader. Paul Menard, P2. Let's go back and see what happened to Newman here. 39. Looked to have just been minding his business there, heading down into 3 and 4, running the top. And teammates behind them get together. Edwards and Reagan door slam, and that brings them up the track. And Reagan just clips the 39, sends him around and into the wall hard. Luckily, doesn't get hit. Probably be able to keep it rolling, but I doubt it'll be competitive. So Menard still P2. Hamlin still your leader. So we'll have another restart shortly here. And now the field's going to double back up. Okay, we're green. Awkward jump there for the restart. I apologize, but we are green. Hamlin leads. Harvick now up to second. Where did he come from? Back in the P2 and looking to take the lead. Edwards on his inside. Hamlin with a pretty good gap as we head down to turn 1 and 2 yet again. Look at Kenseth on the inside. Roush Racing teammates 3 wide. With Harvick for second and contact behind them. That's David Reagan. Around on the back straightaway. He hit the wall with Truex. Caution's out again. Racing back to the yellow flag. Here comes Denny Hamlin. Off of turn number 4. Side by side for second. It's going to be Harvick over Edwards for P2. And the caution's out right as we reach the halfway point. Green flag back in the air. Man, we missed the restart again. What are we doing? Side by side for the lead down the back straightaway. Harvick now has the outside, which seems to be the preferred lane. But he's going to lose a lot of ground here. Can't keep the momentum through 3 and 4. Here comes Edwards on the inside, wrecking again as David Reagan once again in the outside wall. Coming back to the caution flag, it's going to be Denny Hamlin leading us. And this time, Reagan's done for today, along with the 77 of Sam Hornish Jr. Looks like, oh yeah, Reagan slid up right in front of Hornish, hard into the wall. That'll end the day of both of those drivers. They have a lot of black smoke coming out of those cars. That's never a good sign. Green flag back in the air yet again. Edwards this time got a great jump on the high side. Hamlin fighting back on the inside. And he's going to clear him off turn 2, but Edwards is going to have the momentum down the back straightaway. Can he clear Harvick? He will. That'll allow Edwards to think about making the move down the back stretch. Looks like he doesn't have the momentum to pull underneath Hamlin here. They're both going to run somewhat the high side. Contact behind. Biffle got loose. They're still bouncing off each other. 4 wide off turn 4. And somehow keeping it clean down the front straightaway. Edwards has a run on Hamlin. Can he pull to the inside this time by? He does. He looks low. Hamlin washes up the track. He's going to give him space. But he'll take the momentum off the corner and clear that 99 car yet again. Hamlin seems to have the strongest car here today, as nobody can get past. Here comes Menard up the track into the 5 of Martin. Bouncing off each other 3 wide. Just outside the top 5. Hard racing throughout the field. Well, I told you, we have some aggressive driving for these last few races. And here comes Edwards now with the run underneath Hamlin. And them going side by side. This is allowing the 31 of Burton to reel them in. Jeff Burton doesn't know where to go. He's going to stick with Hamlin down the back straightaway, as he believes that high side might be the way to go. He's going to try and clear that 99 through 3 and 4. Edwards trying to wash up the track. Can he clear the 31 or at least slow his momentum? As we got cars on the wall, and there's Biffle going around with Paul Menard, and the caution's going to come out yet again. Everybody's going to avoid the 2 of them spinning. I believe the leaders, yeah, they took the caution, so that'll be the caution right there. Hamlin, your leader. Burton's up in the, actually he's still in 3rd. Edwards is in 2nd still, so they're going to have to sort that out. Here we go, getting ready for another restart. Hamlin, still the leader. Edwards is going to have another chance to try and get a good jump, and he does. Got a better jump that time. Pulls way out ahead, and he led the lap. Edwards noses ahead of Hamlin. Can Hamlin fight back on the inside? Looks like he will. He got a good push from Jeff Burton. Burton now looks inside there. 3 wide for the race lead off turn number 2. Hamlin clears Edwards. Now here comes Burton to his inside. Side by side still for the lead. Look at Edwards tucked in right on the rear bumper of Hamlin, pushing him down the back straightaway. And now looks inside. He's going to make it 3 wide for the lead. Burton gets loose. 4 wide. Martin's on the inside, way inside, down by the white line. Had no grip down there. Has to back out. There's slightly less banking down there as well. That also hurt his case. Here comes the 99, still underneath Hamlin. Side by side with less than 10 laps to go. Battling hard. This could be for the win. Edwards, great run through 1 and 2. Hamlin with a good run on the exit. Still side by side for the lead. Burton trying to mount a run. Can he come back? Can he fight for this win? He's got Mark Martin to his inside. Here comes the 29 of Harvick as well. Harvick with a big run. He's going to push his teammate off turn number 4. They're still side by side for the lead. Hamlin led the lap. Edwards still to his inside. Hamlin's going to clear him down into 1 and 2. Edwards still right there. Burton has momentum off 2. Pushing that 99 down the back straightaway. And now he's going to make a move, entering 3 and 4. We are coming down to the wire here at Michigan International Speedway. Nearly some contact behind between Truex and Martin. Martin is going to keep it straight. Now, here comes Harvick. He's going to get up into Mark Martin. Martin Truex Jr. trying to defend against the 07. Mears couldn't do anything with it. Martin Truex is clear. Here comes Mark Martin. He clears Harvick. And now Truex is going to have a sights on that 29 car. As the tires wear, it gets harder and harder to pass down on the inside. So these drivers doing everything they can, throwing Hail Marys into these corners to try and make something stick. 5 laps to go. And the action is picking up here at Michigan. Down the back straightaway yet again. Hamlin still out in front. They still continue to battle behind him. Here comes Burton inside of Edwards yet again. Remember, Jeff Burton at the beginning of the MG Cup Series used to drive that 99 car for Roush. Edwards came in, took over that 99 machine. And now heading down into 1 and 2. Edwards able to defend. Here comes Martin underneath Burton. Burton with the run on the high side. Everyone has moved up the racetrack. They know that's the place to be. They know that they have to force drivers to get them on the inside. They cannot give up the high side. As you see, Harvick tried it on the inside. He got loose. He's going to lose all his momentum. He has to come up, slam the door on Truex to avoid giving him the preferred groove. Down the front straightaway, 3 laps to go. Hamlin, Edwards, Burton. Under a blanket. Edwards trying it again. Slightly lower. Doesn't want to go too low on the track. Gained some ground. Hamlin has to run on exit. Hamlin not worried about entry speed. He's worried solely on exit speed. And now, with a good exit, Edwards looking inside. Can't quite get there. 2 laps to go. Carl Edwards not giving it up, trying it yet again. Nearly some contact for the top spot as he slots in right behind the 11, trying to tuck in and get as much draft as he can. Down the back straightaway, keep his momentum up. Can he dive in this time? Not quite close enough. Hamlin slides up the track just a little bit. That may have been intentional, trying to get that 99 to shallow up his exit as we come to the white flag. It's 1 lap to go here at Michigan. And the 31 closing back in. Huge run. 212, 213 miles an hour for Jeff Burton down in the turn 1. Here comes Edwards inside. Burton got loose, had to check up. Edwards got loose due to the 31 being on his rear bumper. They're both right there, but it's not going to happen. Heading down in the 3 and 4 for the final time. Edwards, 1 final lunge into the corner. It's not going to be enough. Hamlin hangs on, clears Carl down the front straightaway. Denny Hamlin is going to win at Michigan. And a hard charge late from Carl just wasn't enough. The tire wear at this point in the race just made it too difficult for them to do anything on the bottom. Wasn't for a lack of trying, though. They gave it all they had. They did it as well as they could without wrecking themselves. And for that, we have to commend them for putting on such a show. But that is going to do it. I hope y'all enjoyed. And if you did, hit that like button and subscribe. Hope to see y'all next time. Until then,